I think they can type in the chat. Or is that only for the people that are on?
That would.
I thought there was something on the website. Did we get it to the website?
Oh, we're live on YouTube right now, it says.
Hold on a minute. We'll figure it out.
All right. Brian, are we really live?
It says that.
Yeah, it says that, but it's only 5:59.
Hold on. I don't know. Hold on. Let me get this figured out here.
I'm gonna go on YouTube on my phone, see if I can see it.
Hold on. I'm trying to get it totally live. Give me a second.
All right, all right. And MIT guys.
Do you actually have a?
Who do I hear that?
Who can I hear? Who's saying that? The feedback.
I'm trying to get it totally live. Give me a second.
He's live. That's his computer in his office.
Hey, Brian, could Deb have just used an iPhone?
Yeah. Yeah, you can use, that's what I'm getting on here.
No, an iPhone to do Zoom.
Oh, here we are. Check it out. There we are on YouTube.
Yeah, she should be able to.
What does she need to?
Hey, it's live on YouTube. You can hear us.
Okay, if we take a little recess here, we could put it on the iPhone, couldn't we?
She should be able to.
Does she need to?
Hey, it's live.
You know,
Here, I'm going to try this here on the iPhone.
Okay. I think we're ready to begin. To the audience, this is our first Zoom, so I apologize for some of the technical difficulties here.
Dean
Trying to
says
get
we're
the
not
hang of it.
ready.
I'm sorry?
Dean says we're not ready.
Okay, then we'll wait. If Dean says we're not ready, we're not ready. Okay, I think we're ready to begin. To the audience,
No.
apologize for some of the technical difficulties here. I'm sorry?
Dean says we're not ready.
Okay, then we'll wait. If Dean says we're not ready, we're not ready. Hey, when you're ready, let me know. We've got a lot of echoing and a lot of like recording talking on the thing.
Okay.
Things make it difficult. It looks like your ears after a while behind it.
Where'd he go?
He's trying to put it on the phone.
I'm trying to put it on his iPhone. He should be able to do it from an iPhone.
Okay, do we want to do that now, or he's working for the next time?
Well, the problem is,
Okay. Is it working? Probably back to the town hall.
we'll be all right. Okay.
Tell me when you're ready for the countdown. I can ask you who's ready when you screen. We'll get it, they'll get better.
I'm gonna scoot out of the way when you're,
Or I can just jump in here so we can move back and forth.
yeah,
We'll handle it.
Ready for the countdown?
okay, let's. This is not, okay.
I'm gonna count down, you're gonna see my face.
I just don't know how to turn it on to talk or anything.
It's gonna be,
Left on?
yeah, left
Okay.
on.
Okay.
Okay, Dean, are we ready for the countdown?
Yes, we are.
Okay, here we go. 5, 4, 3.
Okay, this is a regular meeting of the Board of Trustees for Springfield Township. First of all, this meeting in consistent with the directions of the Department of Health and the governor, we're conducting this meeting in a manner that there's social distance, and the public willing to participate with comments can do so by emailing to springfieldtownship.us. I would say to the attention of administrator. Would that be correct, Mr. Weinsheimer? Would that get to you, or should it be Ted at? Any comments should be directed to the trustees by email at ted@springfieldtownship.us. And we'll receive those questions or comments and would address them at our next meeting. As we typically do, we are going to conduct Pledge of Allegiance, so I'm going to ask members of the board to stand and participate with me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now, Mrs. Price, will you call the roll?
Yes, roll call, Mrs. Davis,
Here.
Mr. Young,
Here.
Mr. DeLauro.
Here.
The first item on our agenda is, for several items, has to do with some administrative matters. I'm going to move to dispense with reading of minutes of our past meetings and approve the minutes to date.
Second.
Roll call, Mrs. Davis,
Yes.
Mr. Young,
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro.
Yes.
Secondly, I move to approve payment of bills and payroll as prepared by the fiscal officer, but subject to audit.
Second.
Roll call, Mrs. Davis,
Yes.
Mr. Young,
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro.
Yes.
Next, I move to approve the proposal from Silco Fire and Security in the amount of $45,750 and to be paid from Fund Line 2272-120-730. This is an upgrade to our current system to improve our facility due to the onset of COVID-19. It will assure health of people entering the town hall, that is assuring us that they do not present a system of fever and other security devices that is consistent with upgrading our town hall.
Second.
Roll call, Mrs. Davis,
Yes.
Mr. Young,
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro.
Yes.
Next, I move to approve the proposal from 4 Points Architectural Services, Inc., in the amount of $4,800 to be paid from Fund Line 2272-120-730. This is for the programming phase of their proposal.
Second.
Roll call, Mrs. Davis,
Yes.
Mr. Young,
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro.
Yes.
Next, I move to approve the transfer of funds for the attached Exhibit A for proper documentation of expenditures. This list of funds will be attached to the minutes to our meeting. All of these expenditures are matters that we originally presented and discussed and approved in our appropriations, our final appropriations, but adjustments are made to identify the correct fund line. That's my motion.
Second.
Roll call, Mrs. Davis,
Yes.
Mr. Young,
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro.
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro, you have some motions before the board involving the fire department, is that correct?
Yes, I do. I move to
So
appoint,
that you're on.
for the fire department, I move to appoint to the position of part-time firefighter EMT paramedic, 10 individuals with names listed alphabetically on the attachment. The appointments are made effective September 10th, 2020, with terms and conditions of employment to follow the part-time firefighters collective bargaining agreement.
Second.
Roll call, Mrs. Davis,
Yes.
Mr. Young,
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro.
Yes. I move to purchase firefighter turnout gear for the newly appointed part-time firefighter EMT paramedics at a cost of $28,000, paid from Fund Line 2272-220-790.
Second.
Roll call, Mrs. Davis,
Yes.
Mr. Young,
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro.
Yes. I move to purchase pre-employment physicals and drug screening through Summa Corporate Health for part-time firefighter, EMT, paramedic candidates at an estimated cost of $3,000, paid from Fund Line 2272-220-319.
Second.
Roll call, Mrs. Davis,
Yes.
Mr. Young,
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro.
Yes. I move to purchase uniforms for newly appointed part-time firefighter EMT paramedics through Akron Uniforms at a cost estimated at $6,000 to be paid from Fund Line 2272-220-790.
I would second that motion.
Roll call, Mrs. Davis,
Yes.
Mr. Young,
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro.
Yes. And I move to approve Swisscom radio reprogramming through BNC Communications in the amount of $2,310. And that would be paid from Fund Line 2191-230-430-0931.
Second.
Roll call, Mrs. Davis,
Yes.
Mr. Young,
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro.
Yes.
Mrs. Davis, I believe you have some motions that affect the police department.
Yes, I do. I move to accept the resignation of Officer Stephen Burkett effective August 31st of 2020. Officer Burkett will retire after 18 years of dedicated service to the Springfield Police Department.
I would second that motion and express thanks as a member of the board and also on behalf of this board for his years of service.
Roll call, Mrs. Davis,
Yes.
Mr. Young,
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro.
I move to approve the promotion of Damiano Tassoni to full-time status effective September 21st, 2020, and from which the promotion will adhere to salary adjustments, probation period, and other conditions as outlined in the full-time police collective bargaining agreement.
I would second that motion.
Roll call, Mrs. Davis,
Yes.
Mr. Young,
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro.
Yes.
And I move to approve the purchase of traffic citations from PPI Graphics in the amount of $1,270 and paid from Fund Line 2081-210-410.
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Davis,
Yes.
Mr. Young,
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro.
Yes.
And I move to approve the revised policy section 1235, hazard pay policy, and section 1204, physical fitness standards of the police department policy and procedures manual.
I would second that.
Roll call, Mrs. Davis,
Yes.
Mr. Young,
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro.
Yes.
And I move to approve the police department records retention schedule per the attached.
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Davis,
Yes.
Mr. Young,
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro.
Yes.
I think you also have a matter for the zoning department, Mrs. Davis.
Yes, I do. I move to renew non-pro tunc Tracy Cunningham's term on the Board of Zoning Appeals for the period of 5/2020 to 5/2025.
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Davis,
Yes.
Mr. Young,
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro.
Yes.
There's a final motion that involves our Parks Department, and that is from MD Solutions. And I need to ask our administrator, I didn't know if this is a correct amount. Are you looking at the proposal, Mr. Weinsheimer?
I don't have it right in front of me, but I took it from the proposal. But that should be the correct amount. Yes, I have it in front of me.
Is that 276656?
That is correct.
Okay. I move to approve the proposal from MD Solutions, Inc. in the amount of $2,766.56 to be paid from Fund Line 2921 610 500 2002. And this is a proposal to supply signage applicable to the Parks Department.
Second.
And specifically signage, safety signage for the Spartan Track.
Roll call, Mrs. Davis,
Yes.
Mr. Young,
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro.
Yes.
Does any member of the board have any other matter that should come before us? Do you have an announcement, Mrs. Davis?
Yes, I do. I have a couple things here. One is I want to remind everyone that the Zoo Community Appreciation Days are coming up. It will be September 26th to October 9th. This is free admission to the Akron Zoo. And they're doing it a little bit different this year. In the past, you've been able to come to the town hall here and pick up your tickets. Due to the COVID, they're doing it differently this year. The tickets will be available online, and they will start 2 weeks before Community Days. So they would start, looks like this Saturday, the 12th. And you can get 4 tickets per family, per household. And so you need to get on and get your tickets. There will be a limited amount of tickets they're going to give out. So if you want to go to the zoo, this is a good time to do it. Parking is not included. They do charge $3 per car to park. So once again, the Community Days at the Zoo is September 26th and October 9th. So if you know you can make those dates, you're welcome to go ahead and get tickets for it. The second thing I have is I would just like to remind people that you can take your yard waste to Woodland Mulch at no charge. If you're a resident of the township, if you stop in here and pick up a voucher, you have to prove residency. And you can take your yard waste to Woodland Mulch at no charge and get rid of it. They will be open through November 1st. And that's all I have.
Mr. DeLauro, do you have anything?
No, not at this time.
Okay. I have no announcements. If there is not any other matter to come before the board, I'm going to move that we adjourn.
Second,
Roll call, Mrs. Davis,
yes.
Mr. Young,
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you all. That concludes our meeting.